unboxing the Base Module 700 display and the Soundbar 700. You will need box cutters for this step. It's extremely important to be careful when using these. Locate the small box that's on top. It will include paperwork that will go into the display. This box contains the lower deck panel. Set it aside, you'll be using it later. This is the fabric graphic. You must wash your hands before handling this. It's extremely important that your hands are clean. Double check and make sure all of the panels are present. This box contains the magnetic base deck covers. Set it aside, you will be using it later. Now that you've taken out the parts, the best way to unbox the display is to cut down the side and fold the front flap. Again, be careful when you're using the box cutters, and be sure not to damage the display as you're cutting the box. The brackets can be adjusted to accommodate variation in the gondola upright width. The hook goes into the third slot down. Make sure the top is flush. The wire management strap needs to be on the bottom. Using a nut driver or an adjustable wrench, attach the center bar connector with kept nuts. Secure the top of the bracket with flathead screws. And attach the bottom bracket with panhead screws. Connect the LED lights of the two sides, then secure them with the ladder clips. Use 3 screws and nuts in the center of the display. This is important because it draws the displays together and eliminates any gap. Connect the power cable from the left side of the display into the power strip on the right. Loosen the cord restraint bracket for an easy connection and handling. Insert the signal USB cable from the right side of the display to the left side of the display. Connect the USB cable into the number 1 port on the USB 700 box. And attach the 2 HacoSnap bushings. Place the two black magnetic base covers on each side of the display. Place the subwoofer on the magnetic base cover. Plug the power cable into the power outlet. Fish the LED power cable through the hole bushings and then connect it into the port B on the BLC400 box. Then connect the Soundbar 700 cable on the subwoofer port. The input is on the far right. Double zip tie the signal cable and cut the X's off the two zip ties. Unbox the Sintra panels. Each side gets 4 brackets that are screwed in with 2 screws each. Use the white screws to attach the brackets onto the Sintra panels. The brackets are side-specific, so make sure you're properly installing the brackets. The one with the mouse hole goes on the far left side of the display for cable management purposes. The mouse hole goes down. Before handling the graphic, make sure your hands have been thoroughly washed. Start at the upper left corner, then do the bottom left corner. And then the bottom right corner. The top right corner. And then back to the left corner. Replace the wood covering by inserting it at an angle. Then secure it by pulling the slide latches toward you. Make sure the display is plugged in. One of the most important things during the boot up is to be patient and don't push any of the buttons until the proper light sequence is observed, which indicates the boot is complete. If buttons are pushed prematurely, it interrupts the boot process and you'll have to go through the process again. The boot could take anywhere from 4 to 15 minutes. Watch out for the indicators that the display has booted. There are two. The base module pedestal light stops blinking and lights up solid. And the second indicator is the three main buttons on the button panel blink continuously. Once those two things happen, press the button on the Home Speaker 500 to ensure it works. And also press one of the buttons on the button panel to ensure the soundbar works. Close the drawer component doors and secure them with thumb screws. You only need to screw in the thumb screws with a few turns. You do not need to use a wrench. Replace the magnetic deck graphics. And make sure they are straight and flush with the display. Once you're finished, clean, dust, and wipe down the entire display and the products. The hardware bag that includes the rubber feet are included in the side with the home speaker. Install the 6 black feet with 6 screws on each 4-foot section. The type of display you're placing onto the shelf will determine which screw you will remove. The Soundbar 700 side will remove the top left screw. The Home Speaker 500 side will remove the top right screw. And remove the hanging brackets. 4 brackets total need to be removed. That will be 16 total screws from each 4-foot section.